Thank you for joining us. Are you ready to breathe, move, and flow? Today you will be led through a mind and body Pilates class where all poses are geared for a small space. As with any of our classes, consult with your doctor to ensure you are ready to begin a Pilates class. And if you have not done so yet, click on the Mind and Body Pilates, a Wellness Approach logo on the screen to subscribe to this channel. We will begin standing, taking a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in and exhale out.
We'll begin in Pilates V. I have a chair here in case you need any assistance for balance work. Draw your heels together, toes apart to form a V. Bend and extend both knees. Keep your heels together as the legs lengthen and extend. You have the option to elevate the ankles if you'd like an extra challenge, and also add in arm work. We'll begin to lift and lower those arms as the knees bend and extend.
Noticing the rate of your breath as you move. Experimenting with the rhythm of your breath. Try slowing your breath. Slowing your breath may lessen feelings of pain from uncomfortable emotions.
Hip hinges, abdominal work. Let's begin to sit down. We'll sit on the edge of our chair. Hinge back with a long spine. You'll have it diagonal from your tailbone to your head. I'll lift up using my core, stacking my shoulders back over my hips, and then extend or hinge back down again. I'll repeat this 2 more times, and then I'm going to hold my hinge position. Stabilizing my trunk and my legs, I'll begin to lift and lower my arms. I'm doing my best to keep the movement isolated to my arms, which requires a lot of core strength.
Our perception of stress, and therefore our response to it, is an ever-changing thing that depends a great deal on circumstances and settings in which we find ourselves. It also depends on previous experiences, knowledge, and memory.
We'll begin our hip hinges, which will activate our posterior chain and our shoulders. I'm going to place my forearms down on the seat of the chair. My feet are going to stay connected to the floor. I'll begin to push my hips up, engaging my glutes, and then I'll slowly lower my hips down so my tailbone is facing the floor. I'll use my glutes to lift the hips up so my pelvis faces up, and my hips will drop down so that my pelvis faces forward. The further you walk your feet away from the chair, the more challenging it will be. The movement can also be done on your hands rather than your forearms.
Discovering who we are and who we want to be may come with numerous possibilities. That discovery process may come with success as well as failures. Creating space within the body for all the possibilities and emotions that come with continuous metamorphosis of self.
Tricep push-up in a modified plank. Let's set our hands down on the chair and our feet are going to walk out behind us. We'll maintain a neutral spine, extend out to a plank. Bend and extend both arms to push up. Keep the elbows underneath your shoulders as the arms bend and extend. Core stays strong. The entire body stays active here.
Think about a current situation that is difficult for you. What is challenging right now? As you think about this situation, ask yourself what qualities you need to better manage this challenge. What resources might you need? Ask yourself when you have had that quality. Bring the image or memory of the resource you have chosen to mind in more detail. What emotions do you feel? Where do you feel it in your body? If you cannot think of a time when you had that quality, think of someone else you know who has that quality, real or imagined.
Let's sit back onto our chair and add some rotation into our abdominal work. So once again, we'll sit at the edge of our chair, and I'm going to bring my fingertips and my hands to heart center. Option to lift both legs to tabletop if you'd like an added challenge. Let's go ahead and hinge back slightly, and we'll add rotation in. So rotating the spine to the right, back through center, and to the left. You'll stabilize the pelvis as you twist, engaging the oblique muscles with each turn.
Think of a time when you were able to triumph over something difficult for you. When you find the memory, find a scene that most represents the feeling of overcoming the problem. When you bring up the image, what are you seeing? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? Filling in the sensory details.
Bridging in supine with a Pilates V. Let's lay down on our mat so that our shoulders, the tailbone, and the back of the head, along with the heels and the toes, are anchored to the floor. You'll keep the heels together and separate the toes in your Pilates V. Hinge up from the hips, engaging your posterior chain, pressing the arms into the floor as if you're trying to push it away, and then you'll lower to tap the tip of the tailbone down. Lift the hips up, belly to spine at the top, and lower to tap the tip of the tailbone down. You want to keep those knees right in front of the hips, tracking over the center of each foot as the hips rise and as they fall.
Now imagine bringing that quality you held in that time of triumph and bringing it into this current challenge. Explore that experience. How does that experience fit within you? Now imagine using this quality with your current challenge. What is the smallest first step you can take towards conquering your current challenge? Imagine taking that step. Begin tapping in that first step. Stop tapping once that image is strengthened.
Seated hip hinge for abdominal work. You do have the option to hover those legs into tabletop once again if you feel stable there, or keep the legs extended and the feet supported by the floor. Let's begin to hinge back from the hips so that the spine is in a diagonal. You'll keep that diagonal position and begin to lift and lower the arms, keeping the spine stable, the legs stable, the neck long.
Creating a mantra to support bringing that quality and that experience to mind when needed. The more we practice bringing up this quality, the easier it will become.
Plank with prancing legs. Let's plank on our forearms and extend both legs back. Keep the pelvis still and soften the right knee so that it lowers down to tap the floor. Then switch. Toes stay anchored to the floor. My low back stays slightly rounded. And I'm pushing my forearms into the floor to keep that barrier underneath my shoulder blades.
As your mind begins to wander, acknowledge this natural human trait and invite your thoughts back to this present moment.
Lateral leg lift. Let's return to standing. I'm going to place one hand on top of my chair so that I have a security blanket for balance. Keep the spine tall and the pelvis still. Lift and lower the right leg. I'm going to lift and lower my right leg 3 times and then keep it elevated. Once it stays elevated, you'll begin to draw tiny rainbows from the hip. The foot stays pointed, You'll begin to tap the toe in front of your body and now behind. In front of your body once again, and then behind again. Let's repeat this 7 times.
Part of the shared human experience includes challenges and struggles. Imagine your current support network being beside you as you tackle your current life challenges, welcoming their presence and support.
Lateral leg lift, left side. Once again, standing at your chair. Keep your spine still. Lift and lower the left leg. We'll lift and lower the left leg 3 times, and then keep it elevated. Draw your abdominals in, and begin to rainbow the left hip, dropping the toes down in front of the body, and then behind. In front of the body, and then behind. Repeating this step 7 times.
Thank you for exploring this Pilates class wave today. We hope it guides you through the rest of your day. If you like this class, please provide us with a thumbs up, a comment on your thoughts about future classes you would like to participate in, and subscribe to participate in future Mind and Body Pilates and Wellness Approach classes.